What's going on, guys? It's Raymond here, and today's video is going to be pretty different from anything I've ever done on my channel before. Basically today, I'm going to be doing a reaction video. Now, I know I've never done anything like this on my channel before, but a few days ago, I got a comment on one of my videos, and this individual suggested that I start doing reaction videos to some of the craziest diving experiences that have ever happened. Now, of course, you guys know me, I love everything about diving in the ocean. I've been diving all over in places like Florida, the Bahamas, Roatan, Hawaii. You guys get the gist. And when I have some free time on my hands, I like to spend some of that time watching some of the craziest diving videos on the internet. Now, there's no doubt that there are some pretty cool and crazy videos about diving and all kinds of underwater experiences. But after I saw that comment, it made me think that making a reaction video wouldn't be such a bad idea. Now, with all of that being said, today I'm going to be reacting to a couple of videos of the worst underwater panic attacks. Now, a lot of you out there aren't divers, but if you are, you definitely know this. Basically, the #1 rule with diving, the thing that they preach the most when you're getting certified, is not to panic. Anytime you're under the surface and you panic, the situation just gets 1,000 times worse. Now, if you make enough dives, something will eventually go wrong. Whether that's a problem with your gear or you're stuck in a very strong current, something's eventually gonna go wrong. Now, when you take your certification class, you go through a lot of things in training. Because there are so many things that can go wrong while diving, they gotta prepare you for the worst. Of course, part of the class is learning how your body reacts while underwater, but a big part of it is learning how to overcome obstacles while diving. And of course, the main goal behind that is to prevent you from panicking. Now, today we're gonna be looking at 3 videos. Now, the first video we're looking at is only about 1 minute and 25 seconds. And here you've got a group of divers, and hopefully only one of them ends up panicking. Alright, but if you guys are ready, let's get the reaction underway. I don't know where they're diving. Water is a little green there. Don't know if that's the camera or not. Got a pretty big group of divers, so they're giving the thumbs up. Now, underwater thumbs up does not mean everything's good. That means you gotta ascend. So they're definitely at the end of their dive. Everything seems good so far. And just as I say that, yep. We have a panicking diver. Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna pause it right there. I'm gonna go back a few seconds too. So obviously they're at the end of their dive. They're ascending to go to the surface. They're not very deep, I wouldn't think. But apparently it looks like this woman here is having. You could tell by the way she was flailing her arms around. She was having a real difficult time ascending. Now I don't know what was happening. Maybe something was going through her mind, or she was having a gear malfunction, but obviously something was going wrong. And then I'll start playing the video again. Once she started going up, right, she just took off the mask and took her regulator out at the same time. Now, basically right now, she's in the worst situation a diver can be. She's lost her mask and regulators, so she can't see or breathe. Continue playing. Okay, yeah, this is good. This is good by the diver here. She's freaking out. This is good by the diver. He grabbed her spare hose and he's trying to put it in her mouth. Looks like he got it in. It looks like they're about at the surface. Wow. That at this point in the video, someone, I mean, maybe more than one person should be going over to her. Maybe be having another flotation device around her, but yeah, that video, that's definitely the worst panic I've ever seen underwater. Again, I don't know what happened prior to her freaking out, but just watching it, obviously she couldn't get up to the surface. She started freaking out, and then as I was saying earlier, panicking makes every situation 1,000 times worse, and that's exactly what happened here. Luckily, I mean, the diver with the camera in this video did a fantastic job. He was there, he was trying to hold her still, make sure she didn't swim off or anything, and he got her regulator back in her mouth. I don't know if she breathed in any water or anything, but yeah, luckily they weren't very deep. They were probably only about 20 feet deep. If they were, you know, double that she might have been in some pretty big trouble. But that probably maybe the worst panic attack you'll see underwater, so I'm just glad to see that she's okay. Now, before I continue on to the next video, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on so you never miss out on awesome videos just like this one. Okay, now on to video number 2. This one is called Panicking Diver Gets Violent. Here we go. So this video is only 47 seconds long. Looks like we got a Looks like we got a training course going on. So far everything's going smoothly, but we know that's about to change. I don't know who's about to panic. It looks like it's gonna be. Wow, yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's starting to panic now. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video there and go back a few seconds. Okay, so it looks like we have a diving training course going on here. I'm assuming it was something because there's someone behind this kid. At least I think it's a kid. And it looks like they were doing some kind of exercise where he turns off his air valve. Now, for those of you that are non-divers, on the back of the scuba tank you have a little valve, and if you twist it one way, it turns your air on, and then vice versa. So it looks like this diver was getting his air shut off. I don't know if they planned that before, but I mean, by the looks of it, I would say no. But I mean, he started panicking. Continue. He starts kicking. And then you have this diver coming in to try to help, and just complete disregard, just takes his mask off. Oh wow, I'm gonna pause it one more time. You see, that diver right there, they got his mask pulled off, they tried to help. That is a prime example of how to go about diving. You see, like if he panicked when his mask came off, that would have been two people that are panicking underwater in the same time. And that's not good, but that is a prime example of how you're supposed to react. He got his mask taken off, and he just nonchalantly backed away, cleared it with air, and then just basically acted like it never happened. So that's a good diver right there. We keep going, and oh, they took his mask off too. Yeah, this kid is going through it. He is learning. He is learning how tough diving can be. Yeah, and then the video ends right there. That wasn't as big of a panic as the last video, of course. I don't think we're gonna watch one that was like the first video. But this kid, you know, usually in courses like this, you know, they tell you at some point they're gonna shut off your air, but they usually don't tell you when. And it looks like during this, he didn't know it was coming. The guy was behind him, shut off his air, and the kid just started to freak out. And then of course, like the title says, he did get a little violent, tried to rip the head off of the other diver, but yeah, and then he got his mask taken off. It looked like he calmed down though at the end, which is good. And it's just another example of how panicking can ruin any dive, and how it can make an already dangerous situation even more dangerous and even deadly in some cases. Alright, on to video number 3. Alright, everything's going smoothly at the beginning. That's how all these videos start, but you know, at some point it's gonna go south. Yeah, we've definitely got a dive training class going on. Using the compass work, I remember doing that when I got certified. Again, you know, everything's going smoothly so far. Looks like it's about to take a turn though. Looks like they're having some. This diver's having some difficulty with the old compass. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, and he's gone. Takes off. Thankfully they're probably only 10 feet deep. I'm gonna go back a few seconds here too, but that came out of nowhere. It looked like, you know, for the first about 60 seconds of the video, everything was going smoothly. You know, the instructor kept fixing, you know, little things he was doing. I don't know if he knew how to work an underwater compass or not, or I don't know what went wrong to make him go to the surface. Let's try watching again. And yeah, just out of nowhere bolts to the surface. You can see his dive trainer trying to keep him a little calm, which is what you try to do. But when you have a panicking diver, you know, this is something they talked about when I got certified, and you know, watching these videos, I'm sure you can pick up on it too. Once a diver starts panicking, it doesn't really stop until they get to the surface. We'll finish up this video, and yeah, it just goes to the surface. Again, I don't know what happened. I'll try to go back again. It looks like he might have had water in his mask, or there was something. I think he took his regulator out of his mouth. Right here, you can see, if you watch it very carefully, see? He's got it in his hand, and then yeah, he definitely takes the regulator out of his mouth. I don't know how I didn't pick up on that in the beginning, but wow, yeah, that's That's another prime example of how panicking just makes everything go south. He was obviously having some kind of technical malfunction with his gear, and just decided that the best course of action was to bolt to the surface. So that is definitely not advisable to any diver out there. But yeah, that right there concludes the third video. You know, I can't preach it enough that when you panic underwater while diving, you know, even free diving or snorkeling, basically anytime you go under the surface, if you panic in any situation, it's gonna get so much worse. You know, anytime you hear about, you know, a diving accident where, you know, there's fatalities, it's usually always one of two things. One, you know, they got trapped either in a strong current or in a cave or something like that, or two, they just panicked and they lost it. And you know, when you're going through that, your mind's racing, your judgment's impaired, and you end up making, in some of the cases, a lethal mistake. You know, some people out there view diving as kind of a leisure activity, and I mean, it can be for a lot of people, and that's probably the most enjoyable way to go about diving. At the same time, diving can be really dangerous. I hope to all of the divers out there watching this, you've never had to go through, you know, any panic attack underwater. If you're able to keep that in the back of your mind, to not panic while diving, that in itself makes you a fantastic diver. But with that being said, I think that is gonna wrap up today's video. Now, I don't know about you guys, but personally, I had a lot of fun making this reaction video for you. I thought this was a great way to teach all of you out there more about diving and underwater. But that is going to wrap up today's video. But before you go, make sure to smash that like button, comment down below what you think, and most importantly, subscribe with notifications turned on so you never miss out on awesome videos just like this one. I'm Raymond Tiller, and I'll see you on the next video.